Top 10 small cap altcoins.
We've gone through thousands of different projects to bring you the top 10.
We're going to reveal why we like them and what problem they are solving.
Welcome to the Bean Pod. This is your place for all things stocks and crypto. From beginner tips to expert picks. Use this as fuel for your investing journey, because when you're in the know, your money will grow.
This episode of the Bean Pod is sponsored by KyberSwap.
KyberSwap is a DEX and DEX aggregator, which is built to facilitate all your DeFi needs in one single platform.
Fast, cheap, and safe.
User experience is KyberSwap's sole focus to make everyone's life better in DeFi. Welcome to the Bean Pod. This is Shane, aka the Jolly Green Investor.
This is Josh, the Nifty Investor.
Today, we're going to be revealing the top 10 small cap altcoins.
So these are projects that are hovering somewhere around the $50 million fully diluted market cap.
Yep.
Some of them might be still around 8 million, 70 million, but they're in that ballpark.
For sure.
Right? So we're going to do a draft format. Shane and I did a rock, paper, scissors before the episode started. He won, so he'll get to go first. And we'll go back and forth. We'll pick 5 projects each, and that'll equate to 10 small cap gems.
Yeah, so we've done this draft format a few times. We've done top 10 blockchain gaming altcoins. We've done top 10 layer ones. So it's kind of a cool format. It's pretty fun, and you end up getting a really good idea of what small cap gem altcoins we really love, because I know at the end of the day, everyone wants the hidden gem small caps. All right, so let's kick this draft off. I have the number 1 pick, so I'm going to, you know what's coming.
Yeah, I do.
It's one of our favorite small cap gems. I mean, we talk about it on the show all the time. So when it comes to small cap gems, number 1, look, this is a player. When you're talking about a team, it's getting a lot of media coverage lately. It's all in the news, working with some of the top players in the league. This is Hello Labs.
Man, I wish I won the rock, paper, scissors at the beginning. Yeah. That's going to be my number 1 pick.
Well, I mean, you look at Hello Labs and the Hello token. They've expanded, their game. They used to be, a single threat. All they could do is shoot. They were, Web3 gaming. Now they're double threat, triple threat. They're becoming one of the leaders in Web3 entertainment. They've moved from gaming to entertainment. And when you look at a player with an unbelievable following, the community for Hello Labs, the fans, the community, these guys are rabid. They're always sharing new updates, pushing everything out there. We personally know the team. We've had Paul, the founder, on this show for an interview. Great team, super focused on building. They've got some awesome connections. They've got Snoop Dogg's son as the marketing director. These guys are well connected in the industry, and they just had one of their most massive announcements to date. They officially partnered with CoinMarketCap, who's owned by Binance, to produce their new show called Killer Whales, which is like the Shark Tank of crypto. So what I'm looking forward to now with this player on my team is for the announcement of their streaming partner and for this show to actually launch. I think Hello, sitting around a $55, $60 million market cap, this is a small cap gem.
The fact that they are officially working the CoinMarketCap, you have to realize CoinMarketCap is one of the most visited web pages in all of crypto. It had 13 billion page visits in 2021. This is a company that is now broadcasting, sourcing, all these things for Hello Labs. The exposure that Hello is going to continue to receive is insane. And it's one of the only projects that I can find that is solving a problem by bringing transparency to crypto. So different altcoins have to dox themselves and present why they're actually good.
Yeah.
But they're also one of the few projects that are actually bringing Web3 to the mainstream masses.
Yeah.
TV. Everybody knows what TV is. People can watch it. It's going to be broadcasted across 55 different countries. When they announce who their streaming partner is going to be, watch out.
Yeah, and I also shout out to us. We're talking about drafting and scouting for drafts. We scouted this kid out back when he was sub 10 million market cap. We're doing the early work, scouting these kids when they're still in high school.
Yeah, this is when it was sitting at 7 mil. This is a little baby.
He was still in high school, this
guy.
That's
it.
All right, what's your first pick?
So my first pick, it's tricky. I'm torn between 2, but I'll pick Dimitra.
Oh, yeah.
DMTR. It's sitting at 50 million fully diluted valuation. This is democratizing agriculture tech for smallholder farmers. We know that the global food shortage is slowly going to start hitting different areas of the globe. The fact that this is using AI, Internet of Things, it has been awarded a contract with India and the 3rd largest fruit producer in Brazil. I first started talking about this project on Twitter. It's since seen a 2,000% gain. Not that we're only looking for projects to gain, but I mean, the fact that The World Economic Forum says smallholder farmers are the key to food security. The smallholder farmers are responsible for 1/3 of the global food supply. This solves that problem. They're solving a global hunger crisis, and they're already working with 100,000 farmers in 70,000 different countries. This is a sleeping giant. This is gonna be the first one. Everybody likes to eat. I'm putting this one on my number one pick.
You talk about a player who's always got a smile on his face. You know, he's fun to be around. Everybody loves him. Dimitri's a green project. We need green projects. I think the green narrative, food farming, all that kind of stuff, green energy, I think it's going to come back hard. And you look like Dimitra. They've got all kinds of connected farmer platforms. They've got one for specific for the coffee industry. I know they're building ones for different areas of farming. So yeah, Dimitra was a kid that was on my list. So yeah, congrats on that pick.
Sniped.
Yeah. All right. So for my second pick, I'm going to go to an AI project. I think this is maybe a sleeping giant project in the AI industry that we haven't discussed a lot on this show yet. It's ORAIchain. Yeah. So I think this is a player that not enough people are talking about. You know, we saw the AI bull run that happened earlier this year. Everyone was talking about all these AI projects that went crazy. But I think ORAIchain is, you know, this guy's coming from one of the top sectors in the league, and he's sitting in the right area of that sector right now because ORAIchain is focusing on regulation in AI. And I think regulation in AI is going to be huge. So, you know, AI projects are going crazy. They're building things that they don't even know what's going on, right? So eventually we're going to start to see regulation headlines come out. And what ORAIchain is they work with AI projects so that people can be transparent about what they're building, how they're building it, and what they plan on doing with it. And I don't think a lot of projects in this space are doing that. So when I look at ORAIchain with around a $50 million market cap, I think they're sitting in the right sector, in the right area of the sector with regulation. I think a lot of eyes are going to be coming on ORAIchain going forward. So that's my number 2 pick.
This is a project that will be interacting with all AI projects. This is absolutely massive. It's an AI oracle, an AI layer 1. And if you look at what the word oracle actually means, it comes from the ancient Greek mythology where oracle is a person who provided advice and guidance. So ORAIchain is going to be providing advice and guidance and helping to shape the framework for AI moving forward across the globe. So excellent pick, was on my list as well.
Yep.
I was probably going to take that number 2. So again, you've sniped my hello.
Yep.
And you sniped my ORAIchain.
Yeah, you know, great minds think alike.
All right, so for my number 2 pick, I'm gonna go with LCX. So this is a tokenization of real world assets. $60 million fully diluted market cap. You know, so now I have somebody on my team who's green, always smiling. But now I have the World Economic Forum in my back pocket, which I really like because, as the World Economic Forum stated, $8 trillion will be stored on blockchain networks, and LCX is building the infrastructure for the new financial world, powering professionals in crypto finance. This is absolutely huge. The fact that they're a regulated trading platform, the fact that real world assets are the next gen for markets, as BlackRock CEO has said, they're part of the World Economic Forum. I think this could absolutely blow up.
Yeah, I mean, look, LCX, here's a player, he's playing by the rules. You know, the discipline I'm not sure I've ever seen him take a penalty. He's never been in the penalty box. He's disciplined. He plays by the rules. He's in with regulation, which is a player. You need that in your locker room. You can't have all these bad boys. You need that disciplined player who's playing by the regulations and the rules, and he's going to bring that vibe to your locker room. So I think LCX is a great pick there.
And the CEO of LCX actually commented on one of my posts. I talked about your number 1 pick, hello. And it sounds like they're trying to build something in that space as well from a crypto entertainment perspective. Cool. I said, you're better off not competing. You're better off collaborating.
Right.
Because Hello kind of has that foothold.
LCX also partnered with Hedera Hashgraph to start building in the CBDC sector, right?
That's right.
So that's another narrative that we think is going to be hot.
I forgot their ecosystem and partners include Quant, HBAR, Cello, Coinbase, and Polkadot.
Yep.
Massive.
Yeah, so I like LCX. That was on my list as well. Seems like we got, we've been doing similar scouting. I think I saw you at a few of the training camps, a few of the combines.
I've been throwing the ball around with the kids.
Yeah, for sure. Look what I can do. All right. My next pick, so my number 3 pick is going to be Alliance Block.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so look, this is a player who just went through a massive amount of controversy, showed up in the headlines for the wrong reasons. And, we never like to see that. But I'm not forgetting about the potential that Alliance Block has. So what happened is there was an exploit, there was a hack, their old token, which was ALBT, I think, got massively drained and hacked. So what they did is they bridged over to a new token, which is NXRA. Seems like everyone's completely forgot about it.
They have.
So this is sitting around a $55 million market cap, fully diluted. They're building a gateway between traditional finance, TradFi, and DeFi. They're looking to build like a globally compliant capital market, which is connecting financial institutions with legal entities, with bookkeepers, with DeFi, with everything. And I think this kid is connected in the right crowd. So they're working with Quant, Hedera, Ava Labs, Polygon, huge partners running with the right crowd, this guy. And he's in that kind of regulatory capital space, cross, Web 2, Web 3, DeFi. I like a lot of things. And I think people are overlooking this kid based on what happened recently.
I think based off of the partners and ecosystem alone, it has one of the most craziest attributes out there. It's like this guy's like 6'8", but is like running a 4.340.
Yep.
But he blew out his knee, and there's some question marks around him.
And he had some off the court issues. You've seen it in a strip club, and that's all right. That's all right. I look past it. I see the potential.
So I do like that one. Yeah. So that was your number 3, was it?
Number 3, yeah.
Okay. So for my number 3, I'm gonna go with and shout out to one of my Twitter followers who brought this one to my attention. Looks really interesting. It's in Web3 gaming, and it's Altura. So shout out. I'll have to figure out who it was exactly, but it has a $42 million fully diluted market cap. It's an open Web3 gaming infrastructure platform that combines all the tools developers need to integrate Web3 into their games. Here's what I like about it so much. So basically, I can see Amazon has come out and said that they're going to start getting into Web3 gaming. This was announced back in January. I think that this platform could see a shit ton of tailwinds moving forward once that announcement is made. It was supposed to be in April. Sounds like it's been pushed back to June now. So that's where I'm watching this one.
Right.
They joined Unity's Verified Solutions program. So Unity, as you know, is a game developing platform. Gives users the ability to create. It's a gaming engine with 63% market share. Only 11 projects were selected to this program. Algorand, Infura, MetaMask, Solana, Tezos, and this small cap. Which is which is also, so basically this can be used for the development of top tier Unity SDKs. They are also backed by Chronos. They're just announced a partner with Chronos to bring Web3 infrastructure to the Chronos ecosystem for the first time ever for Web3 gaming. 300 developers, 45,000 users. You can modify smart NFTs in real time and transfer them from in-game assets to other games, etc.
Right. Well, yeah. That sounds like a great pick. It definitely was not on my list, but that I'm bullish on blockchain gaming as a whole. I think we're going to start to see those big companies like Sony, Microsoft. They're all going to be making announcements about how they're getting into Web3 gaming, and I think that's going to light the fire of blockchain gaming projects. If you want to go more into that, we did that our last draft, which was top 10 blockchain gaming episodes, so check that one out. But we had a lot of gems on there. But yeah, I think that's a good pick.
It's one of the few sectors that we haven't seen like a narrative around yet, and I think.
Not lately.
Yeah. So it's been a while, and this is one. Altura, 42 million is what I'm watching.
I like it. All right, moving on to my 4th pick now. So here's a player that we haven't talked about in a while. We used to talk about him frequently. I think everyone's kind of forgotten about him. Maybe they think he's boring. Maybe he's a has-been. But I am looking through that, and I see the potential in Coinos.
Mm-hmm.
So massive potential here, I think, long-term. What's great about Coinos is, and if you've been following us, if you're in the Discord, there's still a lot of talk about Coinos. It's a gasless, free-to-use blockchain. So they got this innovative system. They use mana as their gas to use their blockchain, which is burned, and people don't even need to own the coin token to use the blockchain. So it's very scalable, it's very fast, and also offers forkless upgrades. So the fact that it's cheap and fast, it could be used for blockchain gaming or metaverse or things that need a ton of transactions. It's called proof of burn. It's very, very decentralized. It's if you go on the website, it says decentralized just like Bitcoin, much more decentralized than proof of stake, which most layer ones are. They've done some work with Constellation, some different projects. They've got a great community. Very, very, we always look for community, rabid community, always sharing updates, innovative tech. Now it's only a $12 million market cap. It's only on one exchange. It's only on Mexi. So I think that's kind of held it back a little bit because it's not on like Uniswap or anything like that. It's not on a lot of the big exchanges, but I see that as an opportunity. I'm saying that this kid will eventually break out of his roots, show his potential, and I think Coinos, happy to have him on the team.
With all the meme tokens that are being traded on Ethereum right now, and the gas fees, you try to make a swap. You're just trying to literally swap a coin for another coin, and you got to pay $160 in ETH. Is insane. I think that is what could be a spark for Coinos because it's a free to use platform. And interesting because that was I was scouting this player as well. I kind of wanted to see who his parents were. I wanted to see the bloodline. Yeah. And so the team of developers are from Steam Blockchain. Previous top 5 project before Steam was acquired by Tron.
Right.
And there was a hard fork. The core team resigned, got into this. It's a fair launch project, deflationary tokenomics, etc.
I like it.
I like Coinos a lot. I like his parents. I can see the bloodline.
Yeah. Nice
strong.
parents.
Yeah,
nice parents, always great.
Super fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so for my 4th pick, there's a few here I could go with, but I'm going to go with one of the projects we talked about a little while back, and I'm going to talk about Presearch. $28 million fully diluted market cap, decentralized search engine. This has seen insane growth. It's gone from 0 active users to 10 million active users and 200 plus million searches a month. That's insane. This is there's some privacy issues with Google previously in the EU, and now this this decentralized browser has become one of the default browsers on Androids on all of Europe and for the UK.
Big.
So now people are going to start naturally using this platform without even realizing it. It launched in 2017. It's still around, still being utilized. And one of their guys is writing a book. I can't remember the guy's name on the top of my head, but he created an AI. It's like how to bring in AI into the real world. They're building an AI search engine as well that will compete with ChatGPT, OpenAI, like Microsoft has. The great thing I like about this is advertisers. So if they want to advertise, they have to stake keywords using pre. So as more users come to the platform and advertisers want their eyes, they're going to have to lock up the token. And then that's going to create the supply-demand ratio, which should, in theory, increase the price of the token.
Yeah, so token utilities there. I mean, if you've been watching the show, following us on socials, we like Presearch. It hits on a lot of these narratives, decentralization, anti-censorship, and now AI with the integration of AI into their new version. I think for a small cap gem, that seems like a natural one. And I think what you'll eventually see, hopefully, is Presearch be made the default search for not only just Google and Android, which is a massive deal, but maybe things like MetaMask or some other decentralized wallets who are looking for a Web3 first browser to be their go-to as opposed to like Chrome or something like that. So potential for Presearch to go out to millions more people, which should eventually drive more adoption of the token.
And I just see, what a Google's worth, what a Microsoft is worth. I'm not saying that the Presearch is going to get to that hundreds of billions of dollars in valuation. But I also look at like Brave browser and what it's worth. So if it's seen this type of adoption already, I think the sky's the limit for this one.
All right, so we're on to the last pick. This is where you kind of got to get a little crazy, I think.
I like getting crazy.
Yeah, you got to get crazy, right? So I have a couple here left. I had one from the real world asset sector, but you took LCX. So I'm just gonna skip on the other one. I had one from it's an L1. It's kind of technical, not that fun. I had one from the securities. Cybersecurity sector. I'm going to skip on that one. I'm going crazy with my 5th pick, and I'm going to go from the blockchain gaming sector, and I'm going to pick Dark Frontiers.
All right, wow. So
I'm just going to go with a blockchain game, a Web3 game, which I think is one of the best looking ones coming out with a tiny market cap of around 6 million. If you look at this, you look at the trailers, it has real gameplay. The graphics look phenomenal. It's an open world space exploration game, NFT integration into all it where you go and develop civilizations. To me, it's being built and incubated by GameStarter. And we had one of the guys on the podcast a while ago, and we talked about GameStarter that interview, he kept talking about Dark Frontiers. Yeah. And I follow him, I follow them on Twitter, blah, blah, blah. I think this is when that blockchain gaming narrative comes back, you're going to want to have a few plays, not only something like Altura, which is not a game itself, but like an infrastructure play, but you're going to want to have a couple of these games as plays because $6 million market cap. I mean, that is very low. And a lot of these blockchain games are at low. So I'm going to go with a fun player. You can't have all these serious players that are solving this and solving that. Yeah. I want a guy who's going to make some jokes in the locker room. He's fun. Everyone loves video games. So Dark Frontier, it has a very good looking game with a great in-game ecosystem incubated by a company that I like. So Dark Frontiers, I'm taking a stab. 5th pick. Welcome to the team.
I like it. I'm happy you brought a gaming project onto your team. You really need it. You
Yeah.
need some fun.
It was a bit too serious there.
Yeah, your team is a little too serious.
Yeah.
I'm going Pepe chain.
No way.
No, I'm kidding. No, I'm just bringing some fun to the locker room.
I would have loved that pick.
It only makes sense as a chain for Pepe.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, so I was looking, there was another green narrative play I was looking at, but I already took with Demetra in a way there. Layer 2, kind of want to stay off that because it's on Polkadot. Not a huge fan.
Just take Pepe chain. He's sitting there. I see him out there. You might get picked in the 10th round.
I'll put Pepe chain on my reserve.
Yeah, okay.
On my bench.
Okay. Sorry, Pepe chain. Yeah, say hi to the parents. Yeah.
Well, I just don't know what's going to happen with that whole Pepe thing. So,
okay.
I'm going to go with one that it's so freaking complicated, and that's Zen. XEN.
I knew you were gonna pick
I have to.
I knew, so I was like, I'm not even gonna put it on my list. I know he's gonna pick Zen, so I'm like, all right, I'll just sacrifice that one.
So this is
Oh, that's too good.
Man, I like it.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
So $40 million fully diluted market cap, fair principles crypto project led by Google's 21st employee. It gives me like, I want to say Hex vibe, but it's to me it's better than Hex. You know, it's decentralized. There's no venture capitalists. It's open source. There's no admin keys. It's immutable. There's no backdoors. It's only 400 lines of code. It ticks so many freaking boxes about like what crypto should be. It's deployable on 10 different chains. You can do it on Polygon, Avalanche, Binance, Smart Chain, Ethereum. So you look at the chart, it looks shit, but that's because it's fair launch. So it was inflationary for so long because there's no other protocols built on it yet. Once they launched DBXN, it started to make Zen deflationary, which started saying that price up. Super complex. They're starting to roll out more protocols. They had Phoenix launch. They had Exlon. So one of them's like a meme. One of them's like a staking protocol. I think as more like legit projects start to get built onto it, you can start to see this this Zen get burned, and that's essentially what's going to drive the price. I have to mention that there's 8+ protocols launching over the next 3 months on Zen. To run them, Zen is going to be burnt. Zen is going to be burnt for all of them. Zen has been responsible for 15% of transaction fees paid on ETH. This is the second largest gas consumer after Uniswap's Rudder contract.
That's crazy.
This is for a small cap.
Yeah.
Its volume, when it's at 40 million, is doing like 20 million in volume. Pretty insane for a small cap.
For sure.
Again, I can see this growing in time, and they had their X1 mainnet launch in 2024, I believe it is. And the community is savage.
Yeah.
They have a savage community, and I love that about projects. And so if they keep building and they keep having this, I can't remember, Jack something or other, as the leader and founder, and people start like looking after him the same way they do with Paul with Hello and Richard Hart with Hex and all these other things. I could see this one doing very well. Just put him in your backcourt, let him shoot some threes, and eventually this guy will be a money maker.
I liked it's something about that player. People like that guy.
Yeah.
They love that guy. You know, you go on Twitter, search the ticker Zen, XEN, and you can just see the love that it's getting. The community is rabid. And you can see that in the volume. It's so heavily traded for a token with a market cap of 20 million. I think that's a good pick. I knew you were going to pick it. So I'm like, he's going to pick it number one.
The thing is, it's so complicated. Like,
I don't really understand it, but like, that's okay.
It's complex as fuck.
Yeah. So look, I think that's a great pick. I think it's a good addition to round out your team. So what we want to ask from you, people that are watching our lovely community, is rate who you think won the draft. Did Jolly's team win or did Nifty's team win? Let us know why. And also, if you have any other small cap gems that are around that 50 million market cap or under that you think we missed, let us know in the comments, and maybe we'll make a part 2, and maybe your favorite project will be included.
So just to clarify, I had Demetra, I had Presearch, I had Zen, Ultra, and LCX.
And I had Hello, I have Arai Chain, I have Alliance Block, I have Coinos, and I have Dark Frontiers.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments, and then tune into the next episode.
That one is going to be a banger.
All views expressed by speakers on the BeanPod are solely their opinions. You should not treat any opinion expressed on the BeanPod as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a specific strategy, but only as an expression of their opinion. This podcast is for informational purposes only.